Namaste, namaskaram, vanakkam, namo namaha. Jai Ganesha. Please visit our website at classicalyoga.org. What is Maya? Ripped jeans. Certified yoga teachers. Hot yoga, power yoga, Kino's yoga. God. Maya. Often described as simply illusion, which is often an illusion of convenience. For example, when the factual statement is made to many in the Maya or spurious yoga movement today that yoga is all about the Hindu religion, Hindu Dharma, Hinduism, and that denying the Hindu yoga connection is actually stealing yoga from the Hindus. The retort is often, "Oh, Swami, that's all Maya. Nobody's stealing anything from anybody." Wow. That's the Maya of convenience. Imagine going before a judge after you've robbed a convenience store. And you say, "Oh, Your Honor, it's all Maya. Nobody stole anything from anybody." This is unfortunately something that some of the Indian Swamis will actually teach in a sense about Vedanta, that all the world is illusion. And this is so irresponsible to teach this to naive people who completely misunderstand what is Maya. Another classic, old film years ago, boy and a girl dating, sitting in the truck, and she goes out and buys a cup of coffee, comes back in the truck, and they're having a discussion, and the boy, who epitomizes today's phony yoga people, says, "Oh, honey, I got lots of girlfriends. You're not the only one." She's shocked. And he says, life's all Maya. I was taught anyway, life's all Maya. So she pours some hot coffee in his lap and says, "Here, have some Maya." So let's look at this Maya in several ways. The Maya of illusion, the Maya of appearance, the Maya of identification, and the Maya of denial. And these actually can have positives as well as, of course, the negatives. So to very simply understand Maya, and it's not a complex subject. It's only complex when we're stuck in it. So let's look at two things, Purusha and Prakriti. In the Hindu yoga Dharma, the essential tenet is taught from see that thou art, that we are the Atmana, the soul of Sat-Chit Ananda, pure existence, pure energy, sound energy, light energy, heat energy, and the human emotion of bliss or love. Sat-Chit Ananda, Jyoti Shakti Ananda Shanti. This is the essential nature, and we would say of all, the inner essence. Everything around that, including the body, mind, and emotions, and obviously the world at large, is Maya, the outer form, which obviously we live in. If we're honest, we live most all of our existence in this outer form of body, mind, and emotions, and the world around us. Of course, in deep sleep, we transcend these. And those who go into conscious meditation, contemplation, Raja Yoga to the Hindus, Dharana Dhyana Samadhi, get a clear picture of being immersed in the Atmana and then observing the outer form. So simply two things, Purusha, the soul, and Prakriti, the material world that's all around us, including body, mind, and emotions. And also, to get a clear understanding of this Sanskrit Hindu word, Maya, it's two syllables, ma and ya. So let's look to the famous Saiva Hindu Mahamantra, Panchakshara mantra, the 5 sacred syllables, na, ma, shi, va, ya. And to understand Namah Shivaya, one must also look to the image of Siva Nataraja, the dance of life, the Maya of life, dancing through life. And interestingly, this was also the Saiva Hindu Guru Patanjali's Ishtadevata, Siva Nataraja. So the Ma is the concealing grace of Shiva standing on the image which actually represents us, our ego, the concealing grace. The fact that we don't know everything automatically, we grow into knowledge. And this is responsibility. For example, as an adult, we don't introduce all the adult subjects to young children. We let them mature and grow naturally. That's why it's called a concealing grace. This is the material world itself that we all exist in. That's the Ma. The Ya is the Purusha, is the Atmana, is the soul. Ma-ya. So, as an Atmana, we move through this world of body, mind, emotions, and all the things around us, name and form, nam and rup. So we want this journey to be a healthy one, a fairly comfortable one, a one in which we can greatly reduce the suffering and pain, though, of course, we can't eliminate that entirely. Being born itself is being born into the world of duality. So there's everything and its opposite. There's joy and sorrow, pain and suffering, bliss. So let's look at Maya of identification. This is simply the recognition of the specifics of life, and we don't want to ever confuse generalities and specifics. For example, in general, we're all humans, yes, but specifically, we are a specific person with a specific name, born into a specific family, born into a specific village, city, town, nation, and perhaps born into a specific religion. Please, we don't want to confuse generalities and specifics, because then we get stuck in the Maya of confusion here. Many of us are at fault for this. For example, all the religions of the world have their devotions. This is in general. But specifically, Hindus do puja. Hindus do bhakti yoga, while Catholic Christians, for example, do Mass. So the Maya of identification, we want to take this very positively and not negatively. We don't want to have the attitude of negative discrimination against other people because they are different than us, which is quite obvious. So then we have the Maya of appearance. And this can be a positive and it can be a negative. For example, we all have a responsibility to take care of our appearance, to take care of our body, our mind, and emotions. And we recognize each other by appearance, by pictures, by characteristic traits. Not only humans, but all the things around us. This is a very positive experience of the world of appearance. However, we can also find ourselves in the world of negative appearance when we are suffering from negative discriminations against people. And obviously, we have the aspect of reflection, of appearance, of looking at ourselves, which is a positive. I mean, we can look at ourselves and look in a mirror and take care of ourselves. However, we can turn that into a negative and be overly infatuated with looking at ourselves in the mirror. Interestingly, there's a Miro app by the infamous Lululemon Corporation, infamous for the phony yoga pants. Talk about Maya in the negative. $1,000 yoga pants, $2,000 Prada yoga mats. This is being stuck in the very negative aspect of Maya as appearance. You know, interestingly, in the Amish culture, it's actually a sin to have a mirror in the house, for they do not want to become overly infatuated with their outer appearance. So while we can look in the mirror to take care of ourselves, we don't want to be infatuated with looking at ourselves, which is obviously a very common malady today. However, there's also the mirroring of inner reflection. This is something we all need to do. This is Chin Mudra, the inner reflection. And then we have the Maya of denial. And interestingly, this can also be a positive. For example, no one would ever expect a physician to set your broken arm without anesthesia. Anesthesia, pain meds, these are all temporary denials. They're pain blockers. And we need this sometimes. This can be a very positive. But obviously, it can become a negative when we get addicted, obviously, to drugs, alcohol, addicted to various things in life, or when we just choose to deny. This is the unwholesome, unhealthy dance of ignorance. When we choose to ignore. Today's spurious yoga is this dance of negative ignorance and denial. Simply choosing to ignore the very fact that the Sanskrit, Tamil, Hindu word yoga, yogam, is all about Hindu dharma, aka Hinduism, the Hindu religion. So as devout Hindus living this Hindu yoga, religious, spiritual, scientific lifestyle, let us always remember Tat Tvam Asi, that thou art, that we are the Atmana of love, light, and energy, Sat Chit Ananda, Jyoti Shakti, Ananda Shanti, and then move through this world of positive Maya with our taking care of our body and our mind, emotions, and taking the world around us seriously, but not too seriously. The classic story of the snake and the rope, which has an adjunct which many don't really comprehend, or it's not presented often. Two people are walking down a forest path at twilight, and it's famously snake country. So as they're walking down the path, they see a snake in front. The one fellow turns and runs away, taking life very seriously. The other fellow approaches cautiously and finds, oh, it's only a coil of rope. So he goes tripping down the path, sees another coil of rope, boldly walks up to it, kicks it, it bites him, and he dies. In other words, we want to take this world of outer form that we're all born into seriously, but not too seriously. And like Sivanatha, join in this dance of Maya, never forgetting that we are the Atmana. Dance, prance, send me into a trance. Pirouette on my worldliness, spinning it out of sight. Let us join hands and dance through this world of Maya, never stopping. Love's the only thing we know. Om Sivaya Nama. Namaste. And thousands of years ago, our Hindu rishis realized the perennial nature of this twofold understanding of the Atmana and this outer world of Maya, which is positive appearance, identification, positive denial, and avoiding the negative experience as we move through the world. And that is why they stated, Asato ma sadgamaya, lead me from untruth to truth. Tamaso ma jyotir gamaya, lead me from my ignorance to my ongoing enlightenment. Mrityorma amritam gamaya, lead me from the delusion of this one life to the immortality of the Atmana that goes through innumerable cycles of birth and rebirth, samsara. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi.